Hey guys, how we doing? Hope you're good. Let me know if you can hear me because I'm testing out a new mic. Just want to make sure it's working. So today we're going to talk about not being where you think you should be. Not being where you think you should be. All right. Let's get into it. Welcome to the Rise to Thrive show. I am your host, James Boardman. And if you are coming through, please do hit the love heart button. And I want you to comment down below what you would consider that you're not good enough at, or no, wrong. One area of your life where you feel you should be further along and why you think that, okay? I think they're important things to think about. So, parenting, okay? Parenting is like one of those things where I constantly feel I'm not doing enough. I constantly feel like I'm not doing enough. I constantly feel like no matter what I do, no matter what I say, it's just not good enough. Am I doing a good job? Am I doing all the things that I should be doing as a father? Am I doing them justice? Am I loving? Am I caring? And these are all thoughts of overthinking. These are all thoughts where I overthink considerably. Where I lie there at night in bed, or when I'm sitting there at the sofa and everyone's gone to bed, and I think to myself, am I doing a good enough job? Should I be further along? Should I be a better parent? Should I be a better parent? Here's another example. I should be further ahead in my business than I already am. Constantly thinking that all the time. I should be much further ahead than I think I should be. Okay, and you have to ask yourself, where does that come from? You have to ask myself, where do I constantly keep having those thoughts where I'm not where I should be further down the line, I should be doing more, I should be more successful, all these challenging questions that we ask ourselves. We do it with our bodies. Why do I not look better? I should be looking a lot better. I should be mentally a lot better. And we always challenge ourselves. These are always things where we constantly say to ourselves, we should be further down the line. I should have progressed more. I'm not making enough progress. These are all negative self-chats, right? These are all negative things that affect the way that you think and the way that you show up. And all of those scenarios that have come up, just explained there, they come about by a couple of things. Number one is your own expectations. Okay? The expectations that you have as a father, as a businessman, as somebody who wants to take pride in their appearance, physically, mentally, and emotionally. You'll have your own expectations about where you should be. And a lot of the time, those expectations are unrealistic. And the expectations that we set are so far out of our conditioning that we fail to recognize the wins that we do have on a day-to-day basis. So if, for example, our expectations are all the way up here, but yet we're showing up here, you don't recognize that win here because you think you should be up here. So there is this huge deficit between where you are and where you think you should be. And that deficit creates those sayings of, I'm not where I should be progressing more. Instead of turning around and changing the language and saying, yeah, I'm moving along quite nicely. I'm ticking along. I'm making progress one step at a time, 1% a day, right? So I think that there is an element of our own expectations affecting how we think we should be right now. And that's unhealthy because it does cause low self-belief, low self-esteem, low confidence. And it brings out the worst of us negatively, right? It brings out that worst. Jesse, lie down. When I look at myself as a parent, am I doing a good job? There is no set pamphlet that tells us exactly how to parent and the guidelines to parenting. One thing I've learned over the years is that parenting comes down to just showing love, building boundaries for them to understand dangers of the world, right? But yet we constantly, men and women, barrage ourselves with negativity about the job that we're not doing as a parent. I should be doing better as a parent. Should you? Do you love them? Do you kiss them? Do you tell them you love them? Do you do things for them? Again, it comes down to expectations, self-standards, perfectionism. Overthinking. Overthinking is another contribution to thinking that we should be further along down the journey than we are. Having moved further down in our progress than we should. Because a lot of people overthink a lot of different scenarios, a lot of different things, a lot of different mindsets, a lot of different results and outcomes that they think they should be sitting there. And sometimes we've got too much time on our hands to overthink. And overthinking then creeps into comparison. When you start comparing yourself, I start comparing myself to other dads. You start comparing yourself to other business owners. You can't start comparing yourself to other people in the gym and what they're doing in their social media posts and what they're saying they're doing. That then affects where you think you are. So you then start thinking about where you are, and it goes, well, it's not really good enough, is it? I'm not really moving forwards with it. So then you start checking in with yourself and go, well, what's the point? Or you start moping or feeling sorry for yourself, and it stops your progress. One thing I said the other day in a video is that you as a human being are very, very unique. There is only one of you. There's only one of me. I'm unique. I'm a special breed. You're a special breed. Together, we're a multitude of special breeds, okay? There's only one of us. We have a character, we have values, we have principles that create us. They simply just create us. They make us what is special about us. And if we constantly are barraging ourselves with negativity about not being further down the line, then we're gonna constantly go through life thinking that we're never good enough. That we're never good enough for whatever it is that you're trying to achieve. And I want you to flip that way of thinking and reverse engineer that and turn it around and flip it upside down and turn around and go, man, I'm showing up. I'm doing the best that I can do right now. It could be a lot worse. Sure, it could be a lot better, but it will get better. And things will improve. And I will get better. And there's nothing wrong with being ambitious and wanting to do better, but you have to make sure that you step back and you look at it and go, am I setting my expectations too high? Am I overthinking? Am I comparing myself too much? Okay? Am I constantly beating myself up? There's a time and a place. One of the things that I recommended to one of my Brotherhood Elite focus groups when we sat down and we did a little coaching session is that, hey, Q3 should be just about maintenance. Just about maintenance. Like, don't worry about growth. Just worry about showing up through the summer holidays. Just enjoy the summer holidays, connect with your family, connect with your loved ones. And don't necessarily overthink about the growth element of this period of the year. Do you know what? When it gets to the end of Q3 and we go into October, November, December, let's absolutely nail it. Let's absolutely nail it, right? To the best of our abilities. So I want you to go away from this, and I just want you to think about your own journey and what you're going through, and just stop beating yourself up about it. Stop beating yourself up because you're not further down the line. Okay, you're not where you should be. Be happy about the things that you've achieved. Be happy about the progress that you're making. Recognize that you're showing up. And even maintenance is absolutely key to your progress. You know, the hardest part is not the growing phase because you're super motivated. I nearly said motivated then. Motivated, like. And you're motivated to get there, right? But when you get to that next level, wherever you are, The hardest part is maintaining that. And that's its skill.
Kilometer 4, pace 24 minutes.
As Siri
38
will say.
seconds.
Right, guys, that's me. Stop beating yourself up. Enjoy the ride, man. Stop worrying about other people, whatever where you should be, where you shouldn't be. Otherwise, you're going to end up being miserable for the rest of your life. All right. Oh, if you haven't, and you want to come and see us, make sure you've booked your tickets to the Rise to Thrive live show at Aston Villa Stadium in November the 26th. Tickets go up in price in 10 days. Make sure you get those tickets. We want to see you there. I want to be like bear hugging you. There's an after party. We're going into Birmingham after if you want to come. We've got 3 keynote speakers that are coming to join me on stage to help you prepare for the 2023. Reflect on the year. Get right amongst it. It's going to be a full day of energy, full day of power, full day of content. If you're not buzzing and on fire when you leave that show, then we're doing something wrong, all right? We've got buckets of water to put you out when you leave. All right, guys, have a great day. Catch you soon.